Alright, this is What Remains of Edith Finch. God, I hope I got the game correct this time. Yeah. Been asked for a while to do this, so let's get into it. By the way, probably mainly no commentary. There'll be a little commentary, but I'll try to keep it as brief as possible.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh, sweet, I can
I
see
lived
my
here
feet.
until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I don't know which way to go. No, I think this is the wrong way.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that
no,
only the house
maybe not.
knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
There's gotta be a way to walk faster
The house
than
was
this.
exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child,
Let me see.
the house
believe
made me
there is.
uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable just looking at it. Looks cool, but
Now,
not
as a
very safe.
17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Ew. I don't know how I feel about that.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I'm liking this so far. It's story-driven completely. I like it.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the third-floor stairs on the night we left. I spent a lot of
Here
time
we
playing
go.
in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and
Oh no,
I was
they don't all
starving,
die, do they?
so I looked around for something to eat.
Please don't tell me they all die.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't
heard this
mind
was
it.
kind of sad, so I don't know.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ooh, woo. Glad she did.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh no. Yeah, that's not gonna help you at all.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Woo.
Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was
welcome
almost
stream,
too
man.
big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Ah, come here.
Tasted really good.
Ah, where did it go? Oh, here it is.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so
Hey, man.
hungry,
Welcome to
jumped
stream.
out of
How are
the
you?
water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Getting a bit odd now. Come here,
Why?
mortal.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelt something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
What kind of monster is this exactly?
I got closer and closer.
Oh no. Oh no, what's gonna happen? This is the same house, is it not?
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Ooh, that's... Yeah, that's odd.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse.
Wait, is this in Norway?
His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Or is it just like they come from Norway? I don't know.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, She was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Oh, this is Grandma's room, it looks
Even
like.
in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Getting weird vibes again.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oh, this is a cool room.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
I'd love to have this when I was a kid.
and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh no.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Where is this going? I don't like where this is going.
Dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh no, he's gonna jump
I
off this,
told him
isn't he?
going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Oh no.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Is it gonna do something?
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he
Oh
did.
no. Yeah, that's how he died, isn't it? Is it not?
Calvin's story felt
Yep.
strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Well, let's be glad you didn't.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Alright.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Is this another
Of all
sequence?
the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's
that
most
Confederate-looking flag there?
unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I don't like this at all.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
Oof.
She kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours
God, this
later,
family is cursed.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay.
Wait, what if they
coming
are?
up. But if this is
I guess
a
I'll
trick,
see.
you're dead, Walter. Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned.
Of course he'd be
saw
right
the
behind me.
Hookman, and was speechless.
I mean, that's not really...
He was quite
That's not
smashing.
surprising at all.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Well, let's see. And he's not there.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She
Uh-oh, I thought this was... Oh, no.
famous. And with her final
I thought this was gonna be
Barbara
happy.
Finch gave the performance of her life.
Honestly, don't know why I was so optimistic.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter?
Oh,
Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they
Poor
ever
little
found
dude.
of her.
wait, no, poor Barbara.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was
I'm gonna
to
leave
be
it right
remembered.
here after this.
As absurd as that comic
Maybe
was,
3-4 parts, seeing how
maybe what
well it
Edie
goes.
saw was a happy ending.